Sure, but who's the party that was screaming tax the wealthy?
I don't care who screams and who doesn't. If both of them are letting it get away with it.
I'm with you, but who's the party that was screaming tax the wealthy?
Okay, so Democrats, you like that they lie to you more.
No, but why? But you can't complain about what you voted for.
I'm just saying, tuck you into bed with your lies. If you want to get tucked into bed with the lies, that's fine.
Sure.
So, in the latest episode of The Brilliant Idiots, for people that don't know, The Brilliant Idiots is a podcast that's owned by Charlamagne the God and Andrew Schulz. Absolutely love that podcast. You go, I mean, the jokes, sometimes, you know, the intellectual conversations, but they just mix everything with the bullshit. You go, I mean, because Andrew Schulz, he's a comedian and everything. So he brings that factor into the conversations. Absolutely love the both of them. You know, what they are doing. Great things, right? But in this latest episode, they were discussing the backlash that Jeff Bezos and his girlfriend or his wife, whoever she is, and their girlfriends, the so-called travel to space that they did, right? And obviously, everybody have had their own opinion about it. Me, myself, I don't know if they went to space or not, but who cares? You get what I'm saying? But the public have been kicking their ass. You know, a lot of people have been talking about it is a waste of resources, all that good stuff, right? So in this episode, they were discussing that. Yeah. Charlamagne brought it up. And in his opinion, he felt that they are getting the backlash because they are women and all that. Andrew Schulz is saying no, because it is a waste of resources. And they went back and forth about it, right? But the reason why I'm reacting to this is Charlamagne found a way to make this about Donald Trump. You know, we have to blame Donald Trump for everything. You go, I mean, it's raining today, it's Donald Trump's fault. I broke my leg, it's Donald Trump's fault. You go, I mean, so he found a way to make this about Donald Trump. And for people that don't know, Charlamagne is a Democrat. You go, I mean, but Andrew Schulz gave him the will kick. You go, I mean, he gave him the will kick. Now, let's indulge in this clip, in this video, and have fun with it.
What do you think about people caring and saying things like, you know, this is a waste of resources? And
Yeah, they're tone deaf. It's stupid. It's a waste of resources. Yo, you can
whose
do
resources, though?
Ours.
The government didn't pay for this?
Yes, it is.
No,
This
we
is-
did not.
Yes, we did.
No, we did not.
This
I
is
looked it up. No.
I asked Pete Buttigieg. She told me.
Man, shut the fuck up.
Dead ass.
What'd you ask him? About Uranus? What'd you ask Pete Buttigieg about space, bro?
He told me he worked on this project. He was upset when I was shitting on it.
They give
Funding.
Blue Origin does get funding from the government,
That's
but when
us.
it comes to this commercial space tourism, that has nothing to do with
Yeah,
it.
but the commercial funding funds Blue Origin, which allows them to do this commercial space tourism. So without that other funding, they don't even get to.
It's Jeff Bezos. He's the fucking richest man in the
So
world.
use your own money.
Does Charlamagne think that these billionaires just dig hands into their pockets and bring out millions to do stuff like this? These are people that have mastered the art, of evading monetary, government, whatever, to get funds from the government. If you think that these billionaires are using their own money for shit like this, you gotta be tripping. Of course, this is government funded. One way or the other, it is gonna come down to them, and they're just gonna do the thing. So I don't know what Charlamagne is on about.
Money for that shit.
I thought he did.
Nah.
From what I read, they said he did. This is not.
And I'm getting-
They said this is not publicly funded. It's not taxpayer money.
Okay, but so we fund all the trials, and then you go do it with the girls,
Okay,
and then so we're funding it to make sure it's good.
So let's talk about that. If we're funding the trials, why are you mad about this one?
Because you can't do it without trials, right?
But my
You're
point-
gonna get in any spaceship?
But doesn't everything that they're saying apply to that? When they say, "Oh, it's ruining the ecosystem and you're ruining the Earth," don't the trials do that too?
Yeah, I don't care about the
Can we
Earth.
just admit that we're upset that this is a bunch of celebrities?
No.
Yes. Part of it. You get what I'm saying? Because just like Andrew Schulz said, it is tone deaf. You get what I'm saying? The economy is bad. People are suffering. And we are looking at a bunch of celebrities, quote unquote, going to space, throwing away millions of government funded projects. Like, this is money because the government keep on telling us that we don't have money. This is money that can be used for the everyday man and woman.
I'm upset it's a bunch of women.
That's why people are upset. People are upset because this is a bunch of women and a bunch of celebrities.
They're upset.
Really celebrities.
They're upset because people are doing really rough right now.
Yep.
Things are expensive. The economy is not good. And it's tone deaf to go send a fucking spaceship into the air for no other reason than to have your wife and her girlfriends have a little 11-minute party.
This is what America does.
This is it. Oh my God, gals, we are going to space. Oh my God. And then you just go over there, put your lipstick on and all that shit. That's just what that is, bro. You are literally rubbing shit in people's faces. Now, whether you're doing it, knowing that you're doing it, or you just living your life, they're probably just living their lives and everything. But in this economy, people are going to not like it. That's a whole fact.
Do things like this all the time. That's what makes America
And we're
America.
upset when America does it too, by the way.
I thought we were talking about America.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're upset. That's what I'm saying. We're consistently upset.
People are mad because this is celebrities. If you looked and saw how many trials they do to even make sure things like this is successful, you wouldn't be mad at this one,
This is
bro.
the reason why people are mad, or this is the reason why they should be mad. There are these people that build these amazing companies on the backs of a marketplace that rewards entrepreneurship that is the United States of America. And then they make all this money, and then they find ways to not pay taxes on it. They move the headquarters of their companies to other countries so they could avoid taxes. And they move the manufacturing to other countries so it removes jobs from America. So they use us and this amazing system that we've built to make God knows how much money. And then the second they cannot pay back into it, they don't. And I don't believe this bullshit about like, oh, we provide jobs. It's like you provide jobs because you can profit off of that. You're not doing that out of benevolence. So I have an issue when you're already, Amazon paid no money in tax last year.
Yes, I do that.
And you're okay with that?
No.
Okay.
We've been saying tax the wealthy.
So if you
That's why we know. By the
Oh, it is coming. It is coming. I'm about to blame Trump as if life started when Trump got into power. That is the thing about the Democrats. Every bad thing started when Trump got into power. Let's hear it.
way,
you're about to make my point.
By the way, I'm with you. I'm with you. But that's
right.
why nobody wanted people to vote for Donald Trump, because they knew Donald Trump was going to not give. He was going to make more tax breaks for the wealthy. That was the whole point.
You know that this was set up during the Biden administration, right?
Listen, I'm with you.
That's it right there. You get what I'm saying? This is the problem, right? When people, are loyal to a cause or a party, and that becomes their ideology. They don't see anything else, right? Because people treat politics like sports these days, right? It's my team against your team. So every bad thing that's happening right now is because of you and your team. But that's not true. The government have been working with billionaires, enriching their pockets from the dawn of time for years. That has been a problem. It's not a one-party problem. It is a bi-party problem. And you see it in every day. And you see it in different things. The situation in Gaza and everything. You hear the Jews, they will blame the people of Gaza for what's happening to them, instead of saying, hey, maybe the way our army is going about this is probably not the best way to go about it. The same thing happens with the Republicans and the Democrats. It's never our fault. It is your fault.
But
if you think that the Democrats aren't also letting corporations get away with not paying taxes, I'm not even talking about the wealthy. This is the problem.
Sure, but who's the party that was screaming tax the wealthy?
I don't care who screams and who does it. If both of them are letting it get away with it,
I'm with you, but who's the party that was screaming tax the wealthy?
Okay, so Democrats, you like that they lie to you more.
But why? But you can't complain about what you voted for.
I'm just saying, tuck you into bed with your lies. If you want to get tucked into bed with the lies, that's fine.
Sure.
And that is it. That is the issue right there. A lot of people that vote Democrat, and I've got family members that do. They live in the States, right? For people that don't know, I live in the UK, right? But we've had this conversation so many times. A lot of black people, in this case, black people that vote Democrat, they know that the party is full of shit. They know that there's so much corruption. We saw what happened to Bernie Sanders. We saw how they managed the whole Biden situation, lying to the public, all that stuff. We saw how many billionaires endorsed Kamala Harris. right? They know all this. Go and look at the states that is run by Democrats. Everybody knows this. But the thing is, especially black people, they feel that they have to be loyal to the black community, which is true because a lot of people in the black community vote Democrat. So we see what happens to Candace Owens, right? And the likes of her that vote Republican. They get shamed and dragged on social media. So people like Charlamagne the God, right, who puts himself out there as, I'm part of the black community and everything, they cannot say the truth. Because if you say the truth, God forbid you call out your own party, right, you will get shamed. So they know this. And also family members too, like, parents, grandparents and everything. These are people, these are lifelong Democrats and everything. So you don't want to have that conversation on Thanksgiving table. You don't want to have that conversation on Christmas Day or when you visit your parents and everything. You get me? So I might as well just vote Democrat. And that is the problem. Both parties, right, are full of shit. Issues like this, right, affect people that vote for both parties. So both parties should come together, right, and say, what can we do to make the life of the people better?
But you still can't complain for what you voted for.
I can complain about whatever I want. I'm American.
That is true. But
That's what
Republicans do not care about taxing the wealthy.
Neither do Democrats. None of them do. And it's not about just taxing the wealthy. Because,
So why are we voting?
so what, we supposed to not vote at all?
Maybe. I don't fucking know anymore, bro.
Here's the thing. Also, like the things that you vote for, like you don't have to support every single thing that a candidate or a party does.
True.
Yes, that is true.
So just because you vote for one thing doesn't mean you're okay with some fuck shit that they do. The point that I'm trying to make, and this has been happening for decades, is like there are corporations in America that we know those corporations don't pay tax. Do you know that, Jamil, right? Jamil, when he works abroad, he had to pay taxes abroad in the country he works and in America while he was working abroad.
Do you know how many times we've argued about, not even argued, how many times we've said this on this podcast?
So why the fuck is Apple allowed to keep tons of fucking money out there in China and not pay any taxes on it? Why are they allowed to set up dummy corporations in Ireland where they don't have to pay tax? That's stealing from the American people. You're stealing from us.
You are 100% correct, but,
I'm always right.
Welcome to 2015. This conversation has been happening forever.
So why did you blame Trump then? Why did you blame Trump 2 seconds into the conversation? If by your admission, this has been going on since 2015. Even though I think it's longer than 2015. You go, Obama has been around. Biden has been around. Kamala has been around. You get what I'm saying? Trump as well. But that's the thing that usually happens when you are so loyal to one party that is finger pointing. It's not our fault. It is their fault. That's the problem. The conversation started, boom, you dunked on Trump. Now, how many minutes into the conversation, all right, this was been going on for years and everything.
You telling me that shit, bro?
This is not a new conversation. All we want is the wealthy to pay their fair share of taxes.
That's when I was making sure Democrats would be in office, and I did, and nothing happened.
Listen,
that's when I was voting for Democrats.
I'm not
shit, and they just keep letting them do it. And I'll be
wrong.
honest, I'm pissed at Trump. Matter of fact, and I'm pissed at this whole tariff shit. If you're gonna remove the tariffs for Apple on the phones and the iPads and all this kind of shit,
why?
Let me tell you why I'm pissed. Because now the businesses, the mom and pop businesses that actually might rely on those goods from that are being manufactured in China are going to get clipped when Apple is the one that has been making trillions of dollars off the fact that there are next to like no tariffs and taxes on their goods coming over here. So now they continue to make trillions of dollars while they moved all their manufacturing out of this country, while they move all their headquarters out of this country so they don't even have to pay taxes on it. So the mom and pop people who are getting their goods from China, they still got to pay taxes. Matter of fact, they're paying probably proportionally way more taxes than Amazon is paying or Apple's paying, and you're going to punish them and then let Apple get off scot-free? That's some fuck shit if you ask me.
You're absolutely right, but where have you been the last 10 to 15 years?
Voting for Democrats. And see where it got me.
I don't even know if this is, I'm going to be honest with you, this isn't a party thing. This is an America being a...
Now he's about to tell the truth. Now he's telling the truth. But the first instinct will be to blame the other party. But then now, I don't even know if this is a party thing and everything. This is an American thing. Duh.
fucked up capitalist society thing.
This is why
this is
why you
capitalism
need-
ruling everything
okay,
around me.
This is why you need guardrails for capitalism 100%. But to me, it's important that we recognize these figures because there's a lot of these like celebrity CEOs and they walk around and they have a lot of fun and they send spaceships into the sky while they're doing certain business practices that are literally stealing money from the people and the country that allowed their business to thrive. There's no Amazon in these other countries because they're way more restrictive. Right? Like you cannot create these companies in other countries because they're so fucking restrictive. Facebook can't be created in other countries because they don't believe in sharing the data in the way that Americans just let that data go everywhere. So we have this marketplace that allows entrepreneurship to thrive. And then the second they make billions of dollars, they find a way to extract that wealth from the very marketplace that allowed them to thrive. That should be stealing.
That's criminal.
That should be looked at as theft. And there should be, and I know this is difficult, and I know taxing rich people is very hard.
It shouldn't be though.
It's not hard to tax us.
That's my point.
Like, and that's the other thing.
By the way,
we get looped into this with those motherfuckers. We're getting taxed efficiently.
That's not even my point.
Really efficiently.
That's not even my point. That is majority of Americans' point. Tax the goddamn wealthy. Tax the top.
But they don't make any money. They go, oh, I don't have any income, so you can't tax me.
They write the laws themselves.
Well, I wouldn't even go so far.
Very good conversation. Very good conversation to have. You go, I mean, very good conversation to have, because the same thing is also happening in the UK as well. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is something that everybody needs to come together and address and sort it out. It's going to be hard because rich folks will always want to find a way and everything. But as long as we do, oh, it is this party's fault. Oh, it is this person's fault. That's what they want us to do. Fight against each other and nothing get solved. So, listen, go check out the episode. Very good episode and everything. And as you're checking them out, subscribe to this channel as well. You go, I mean, I'm trying to build this channel. I'm trying to build it, so I need your support in that, yeah? Subscribe to this channel, watch these videos, leave a like, leave a comment, and share this video with your friends. It's your boy, Toby. Until next time, salute.